Ladies and gentlemen, we are with our special guest today, Mr. Snoop.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm excited to share his story with you guys. And Snoop, tell me about your. First of all, let me know about your name and how is this name Snoop? Is this your like the real name or your videography name or whatever?
It's
Is
my
it?
childhood nickname.
Uh huh.
That's what mostly everybody knows me by versus my first name. And I just wanted to incorporate that brand name with my nickname, so it's automatically known who you're talking about, and then it feels familiar versus just making up a name and it doesn't feel comfortable. And yeah, it's my childhood nickname, and then everybody, even in teachers in school, they called me by my nickname versus my first name.
That's cool. That's cool. So the first time when I met you, I thought and we spoke over the phone, and I thought like am I meeting Snoop Dogg? Maybe
Yeah,
is he already
everybody
here in
says
Tyler?
that. All the or little kids, they'll
Yeah.
hear my name and they'll say that right after, and I'm used to it.
Yes, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to introduce you to my friend Snoop, who's a content creator, who's a videographer, who's a fashion photographer. So he does pretty much all in the media space. And I met Snoop based for my business requirement, and we happened to click on in the first instance itself. So I thought of why not share his story, because he's come with a lot of struggle, lot of difficulties, lot of ups and downs in his life and everything.
Right.
And I was like, man, why shouldn't it wouldn't be a great idea? Let's talk over the camera.
Right.
So all yours, my friend. Let's go deep into it. Tell me where were you born? Are you from local here,
Yeah,
Tyler,
I'm
Texas?
I'm born and raised in Tyler, Texas, North Tyler. Uh, I went to all the schools in North Tyler, from Ramey, Bolter to John Tyler, and yeah, so
So
I'm born and raised here.
you pretty much a local boy, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
And tell me a little bit about your schooling, your family background, and everything.
I was raised mostly by my mom and my grandparents, and my uncles and aunts. And so, like I say, after I graduated from John Tyler, I had went on to Texas Southern University in Houston,
Oh
and I
wow!
had a scholarship in band.
Oh
And so
wow!
I went to school on a band scholarship, and a lot of people think I went to school for shooting, but I'm self-taught. I've been shooting since 2011, so no, 2014, so 11 years now. And like I said, a lot of people think that I was in school for shooting, but my major was actually pre-med biology,
Oh
and
wow!
I'm a chemistry minor. So, but it's just so happened to always love media or the arts and music and things like that. So just shooting kind of just fell in place for me, and I just went with it.
That's super cool, because what I can see is that you do what you like and you following your passion, and
Right.
that makes you happy. And it's a tough job. Let me tell you that we
Yeah.
just shot a small intro video of my wife Nikki, and it was extremely tough. I mean, now I know how difficult acting is.
Right. Right.
Where, and as you rightly said, we when we talk to our customer or anybody, it is pretty plain and simple, natural. But the moment lights go on and the cameras are switched on, we get nervous.
Yeah, it can get challenging for sure, especially if people are around, or like in this setting where it's traffic going back and forth. You can kind of get distracted, but we got it done, and she did great.
Yeah, but she did a good job. Yeah, we got it there after a lot of attempts. But yeah, so all that effort, I eventually pays off. But your job is tough, my friend. I mean, like you are literally following your passion, and then you have to have. And one thing I noticed in you're very patient.
Oh yeah, you gotta have patience in this, just because things aren't always quick as we want them to be. Whether it's with shooting, whether it's with just life, period. You gotta have patience, and even with just having younger siblings or younger cousins, how you learn patience when
Yeah,
you're
something
dealing
like
with
that.
with
Yeah.
younger kids like that. So it's pretty patient, and then people are already under pressure filming. So, just have patience and it'll be easier for them, and then it'll be easier for you. Then the connection it'll be better where you're not coming off too hard and things like that. So patience is important.
So I think that is pretty much that you learn from your childhood experience and everything.
Right, right.
So tell me a little bit about your childhood. Let's go back in the story. Well,
So I'm 31 now. I'll be 32 on Thanksgiving. My birthday is on
oh
Thanksgiving this
wow.
year. Uh, so really, I was silly, goofy, smart as I don't know what. Was always in gifted programs, AP classes all the way from sixth grade till I graduated. Graduated distinguished. I was like loved media. Like I love shows, movies, mimicking people. I have an uncle, a great uncle, who has like a really raspy voice, and
Uh-huh.
so I would like my cousins would just fall out laughing for me mimicking him, and
Uh-huh.
my granny would get mad because that's her brother. So I would be just mimicking my uncle. So just stuff like that, or music. Like ever since I can remember that I could talk or remember anything. Like if I'm in the car riding in the back seat, the radio is on, whatever song is on, I know the song.
So basically, all those early days of your life still influence you today, and you use those learnings into your profession right now.
Right, right. And so that just like I was the kid, like, some kids that want candy or toys or stuff like that. Like a lot of times I would just ask my mom to buy me magazines, like the Source magazines or Vibe or different things like that that had different music artists in it, or houses or like cars and stuff like that. And I would put them on my wall in my room. Like you couldn't see my walls in my room. I literally had all four walls taken up with stuff out of magazines that inspired me, from houses, models, artists, um, school awards, pictures,
Wow.
family pictures, just anything that could cover it. So I just always been into the arts,
So
like
you've
whatever it
always been
is.
surrounded with those ideas, and that's exactly how you got,
Right, right.
chosen
From music to, like I say,
your path.
from
Yeah.
I like to sing, I like to rap, I like to do poetry, I like to direct, I like to be in front of the camera, I like to be behind the camera. Just any aspect, like I say, I was in band 10 years. Any aspect of the arts is always been what I wanted to do. Other than being a doctor, I wanted to be an obstetrician and like have my own like obstetrics office and but other than that, this realm of things is what I always wanted to do, just on a big scale.
So share me a time where life didn't go according to your plan. So is there anything that
Um,
how did you adjust?
to be honest, I think nobody's life goes as planned, really. And if you are a spiritual individual, the saying of just tell God your plans and He'll laugh at you. So I would say probably 2017 after I finished college, I got really sick.
Oh,
And long story short, I ended up being in the hospital for 3 months
ooh, damn.
consecutively. I was in the hospital 3 months, a whole summer, and I had to have surgery. And the pre stuff was crazy. The in the hospital stuff was crazy. I had to do physical therapy.
And
I
the
was in there.
recovery and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in there 3 months, and then the wound care
Oh my
is
God.
extremely painful. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Like it's extremely painful,
Oh my
and
God.
just I could have died.
Oh
And
wow.
then
Oh man.
the after recovery, after going home and not being able to
Oh.
just move around how I normally move around, because I'm usually hopping on and off of planes, going here and there, or in a car traveling here and there, but I have to sit down.
Oh my
And
God.
so God has a way of sitting you down if you feel like you need to sit down. So that was most definitely not in my plan, but He saw me through it.
And And that could be really, really tough because you said 3 months in
Yeah,
the
I
hospital,
was
in
in
and
there
out, it'd be like
three
crazy.
months, 3 consecutive months. It was like doing jail time
Oh my
for
God.
real.
And you seem to be a very outgoing, and you like being out there kind of a person. And if you are in 3 months in a hospital, then that becomes super challenging.
Right, right. Couldn't go
But you
anywhere.
you mentioned about the spirituality angle, where which helped you get through this entire journey of
Right.
your hospitalization and everything. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I grew up like most young black men, Christian, but I also like have a fascination with like culture.
Uh-huh.
So some people look at another person's culture and say, "Oh, that's weird," but no, it's just their culture. Like I would want to say either my junior year or my senior year in high school, for AP English, we had to read Life of Pi. And for people who don't know what Life of Pi is, it kind of registered me with learning different things about different cultures that you just don't see on TV or stuff like that. So in Life of Pi, he was a young Indian boy, and he went on his own journey of just traveling, learning different things from different cultures, and making it into his own understanding and making it into his own learnings on life, applying all that he learned from the different cultures and pushing it through his own life. So I taught myself a little bit of Arabic, a little
Oh
bit,
wow.
and like I'm really into like the Muslim facets of things, especially like with the facets of prayer and things like that. But also with my own roots of Christianity, is just everything mixed together. Um, just like he did, just to apply to my own life and learn different things about different people and things like that.
Yeah, I totally believe in that. This is so interesting. Haven't got a chance to speak to somebody like that in any of my interviews so far. But yeah, I totally 100% agree with you. The first thing that I believe is being a human being and being human are two different things.
Right,
So once you become human, you got to start respecting everybody, every
right.
culture, every religion, everybody for that matter.
Right. And
And
then
that's
with me,
yeah,
like
exactly.
different things fascinate me. So, if I'm just say in the midst of being between you and Nikki, like I
Right,
hear you speak your native language, and in my mind it's not like another person where they will be like, oh, speak English. No, I wish that I knew, I
yeah,
listen in to
yeah,
try to see what words that I do know. And okay, I wish that I knew it fluently. So, if I come into contact with someone who speaks that native language, I can speak to them in that native language.
right,
Or,
right, right.
so I always taught myself different things like that, different words here and there to at some point it'll come all together to where okay, I'll know what someone's saying or things like that. So I just always been interested in different things.
And like I said, and very rightly you said, like different culture and different religion, and how you take the positive points of everybody and every culture and try to embrace that.
Right,
I mean, if everybody did that and everybody respected each other's and being tolerant to each other, our world would have been
right.
a
And just things
most
that
prettiest
different
place.
things that people don't know like exist. Like a lot of people like there's even like there's Arabic um hip hop artists that I know of that
Uh
I've
huh.
listened to their music, and
Uh huh.
like I say it's
And they
just
they
every
do a great job there. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's just a lot of people won't even know that genre even exists
Exactly.
unless you branch out and try to learn different things.
So yeah, that's so fascinating. Not too many people, take effort and to try to understand uh, the other person, and
Right,
we've become like species where we try to like kind of like judge others.
right,
But if we take that part out, and if we just start accepting people, that'd be totally different.
right. And it's
And
just the most people don't know or get stuff because they don't try to understand it. They don't try to understand why versus just oh that's not how I do it. So it's just learning the different cultures and learning the whys and understanding. And then once you understand it, once you get the information, you understand it versus just not knowing and judging.
Yeah, and learning never stops.
Right,
I mean, I consider myself as student of life. I'll keep learning from anybody, big, small, elder, younger, whoever.
right.
I mean, I would want to learn from everybody.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
understand, and like I said, very nicely put by you, Snoop, that you like to interact with people, and the respect comes first. Like you
right,
got to respect everybody, be it any culture, any background, or anybody. I love that. I love that about you. I mean, that this is something that maybe it clicked on the first instance when you and I met,
right.
and when we started, discussing business, and then this whole idea of this interview podcast came through and everything, and then yeah, I really like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that talks a lot about your background, your upbringing, that you've been taught well. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. That's nice. So, do you remember any like like instance of the past? You mentioned about being inspired by the life of Pi, but is there any other specific instance that happened in the past, which may have truly transformed or impacted you in a positive way or a negative way, whatever?
I would say the first thing that comes to mind is my I think I was in seventh grade, and I was in, so let's say anything that has to do with the arts, I was liking to do it. So I was in band still, AP classes, and theater. I was in theater and I was in drama club. And so my theater and drama club teacher, Miss Sigler, she took us. She made it an opportunity for us as seventh graders to be able to go to New York.
Oh
And
wow.
being a country town, little small town guy, you know what I'm saying, for to go to New York at seventh grade, it was a big deal.
Right,
And
right.
it wasn't just, one, two, or three of us. It was a big group of us that was able to go. There we had chaperones come with us. Um, some of us, that was our first time. Well, it wasn't my first time, but it was some of us first time, being on the plane, going outside of Texas, going outside of Tyler. And so it was a big deal. We
Wow.
got to see Ground Zero from 9/11, the little after pieces that they have hanging that you can still,
Right.
up close and personally see. We really went into it. We're in the seventh grade, but we're out roaming the streets of New York at
Did you go to Times Square?
2 in the morning. We
Yeah. Oh
still
wow.
outside. We did go to Times
Yeah.
Square. We went to all the boroughs. We got to go to all the boroughs. We got to ride the ferry to Staten Island. And then being in school at that same time, um, we always, see the names on the textbooks. But, and a lot of people don't know that the place that makes all the school textbooks is in New York. And so
Right.
we got to go there. We got to go to the Apollo Theater. I think it was in NBC or whichever that the big news company is in New York. Um, and then another thing that was really inspiring for that trip was there's a artist by the name of Brandon Beal.
Uh huh.
He's from here, just like me. Went to the same school as I went to, and he ended up getting a record deal. And he was doing this thing here in the U.S. and then he ended up going overseas to live, and he blew up
Oh.
really big, like as an overseas artist. It's one thing to get success here in the U.S. and then go overseas, but he went overseas and got
Super
big,
big. Yeah.
big, and I he and from what I understand, he loved it over there, and
Yeah.
he hasn't been back in a long while, and so and he was living in New York at the time, so Miss Sigler, she got it to where we could go meet him at this pizza parlor in New York, and we ate pizza. We got to ask him any questions we wanted to, and he told us things about him, and so that was really inspiring for me because it was someone famous on different realms who came from exactly where I'm from. And
Right.
so it made it where a lot of people don't have the motivation for some things because they feel it isn't available for them.
Exactly.
But in that situation, it let me know that anything I want to do is tangible.
It's
I can
possible.
touch
Yeah.
it. I can if
Exactly.
I want it, I can touch it, I can see it, I can
Absolutely.
obtain it, and it's possible. So that was a big ordeal for me. And after that, like just listening to more of his music, seeing that he's at somewhere from the same place I'm from, and he's actually famous, not just a little famous. He's actually big in what he
Right.
does, and so that was a very inspiring ordeal, and I'll never forget that one.
Well, you pretty famous yourself. I mean, like, tell us more about your work and your Instagram and the kind of, like, content that you put
Um,
it out there.
So I started, like I said, I started shooting like 2014. I believe that was my sophomore year at Texas Southern, and I had a close friend by the name of Cameron, and he he was already shooting, and his I believe his godmom was shooting, and she had purchased a home in the same neighborhood as the school, and the home was actually like a media home. So it was just like a house, but it was a studio. And so we would go there. Me and him got close, and he ended up having to have heart surgery, open heart surgery.
Oh,
So he wasn't in band anymore, but that was still my guy. So we still hung out and things like that. And he was like, "Man, you should buy this camera because I feel like you would be good at it." And so he was a little spoiled. So he just had got a new camera, and he had another one, and then so after that, I had got my refund from school, and then I bought that first camera for like I think it was like $600, I think.
wow. Back
And
then, eh?
yeah, and
Six
that was
hundred
my
dollars today
first
itself is a
camera
big
I ever
amount.
had.
Yeah.
And so I
Yeah.
would just practice it outside, when I had free time, see what this does, see what that does. And I was still going on shoots with him here and there, but I wasn't shooting. And then so he had a model session downtown Houston at a hookah lounge where like I think it was like three or four models, and he was on break. He was like, let me get this call, and here's the trigger. You can take you some shots.
Right.
And so that was the first time I ever shot anything that was any amount of serious.
Oh, wow.
And so I did those couple shots while he was outside. Those couple shots was the first anything that I put out on my socials or anywhere
And how many?
containing the shooting.
And did it blow up? Did it
It
get?
it did a good job, like as far as because that was my first thing, and then like I say, like I always been I don't like to use the word, but like a popular individual, like everyone knows
Uh-huh.
me, and so like that kind of helped my business come off the ground too, because everybody already knew me. So now I'm just introducing something else that I'm doing into it, and so people took to it, and then I started just kind of carrying my camera around school with me. And then, different people who were doing different things because like minded people come together.
Right.
So people would see me with my camera and they would say, "Oh, well, I have this party going on. Can you shoot it?" Or "I have this event going on. Can you shoot it?" Or I have my own models that I direct. Can you shoot some of them? Or, "Hey, I have a clothing line." Excuse me, a clothing line. Can you do something with me with my clothing line? Or this, and that. And so then that just started building what I was doing and getting me more to put out after that first thing. And a little bit more down the line, I had a friend named Kiana. She's from here too, but she went there as well, and she was graduating. And again, me knowing her, and then me putting out what I'm doing now, that was the first session I ever did that I got paid for.
Okay.
So that was a big deal, like seeing, okay, I can be doing this, working for myself, and still
Make some
making
money.
some
Yeah.
type of money.
Yeah.
And so I think I did that session for like $50.
Yeah. Okay.
And it came out pretty good.
Uh-huh.
And she put them out, everybody liked them. And I just kept going from there.
That's cool. That's so inspiring. And from there to how many followers do you have on Instagram right now?
At that time, I probably had like Instagram was still kind of fresh, so maybe I had like 500 followers, maybe, or more or less. And now I'm like 15.5
Wow,
thousand. Yeah,
wow.
15.5
So,
thousand.
so this is so good chance for me to talk about, to all my to talk about your business to all my viewers is that, guys, you can contact Snoop for any kind of your video shoots or any kind of content creation help, and he also has his own studio where you guys can book and have your video shoot done that, or a regular shoot. So he does. He's very patient. He's extremely creative. He'll help you with all the props and everything. So go check him out. Link in the bio.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that was nice, Snoop. Just to get a little bit of your background and your gist and everything. So getting to know you and everything. Just a small like a fun part. Let's do a couple of round of questions
Okay.
just for fun. So I just want to understand what is the piece of first jewelry that you ever received or bought, that helped you.
Um. So this is gonna be really funny to people who know. Um. Again, just liking music and the media and things like that, and seeing rappers and whatever with this and this and that. When I was super young, and if you have, again, this is gonna be funny. If you have a black mom, going to the hair stores are vital in their younger stage. So like the hair store used to always have like little chains and earrings and things like that at the hair store, and it was it was cheap, and then I was super young, so I would just get this little piece here. Oh, let me get these earrings, because the earrings probably were like $1.99,
Right.
and the chain was maybe $10, and then I would wear it until the clasp broke on it, and so yeah, that just younger, and then as I got a little older, maybe like third grade, fifth grade, or something like that, and shout out to him. I just lost my dad 9/11. He
Oh.
passed away, and I remember one year for Christmas, he had got me these Playboy earrings,
Oh.
and my granny was mad at him because he got them, but I loved them. And then they had the blue diamond eye on it with the bow tie, and I love those earrings. And those was probably my first like actual kind of costly piece of jewelry. And yeah, then as I got older, like I like smaller pieces.
So
And then
you wear something around your neck right now. You want to talk about that?
so this piece right here, this is just a memorial piece. I lost my little cousin. She was born stillborn,
Oh.
probably about a year ago, and I'm real close with her mom, so she was there for her loss, and so she decided to give me a little piece of her ashes. So ever since she gave it to me, I haven't taken it off.
Wow, that's
And
sentimental.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is Soraya. You guys, R.I.P. Soraya. And this piece would be another like actual big purchase piece, whereas it's a real diamond piece. So yeah, these two of my favorite pieces right now. I want to
Perfect.
get a name piece at some point
So
later
yeah,
on down the line.
you are at the right place, Nikki Jewelers.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
make you one.
yeah, for real.
Just give us your order. Let
Right,
us know
right.
what you like.
Yeah, and I just always love jewelry.
Yes, sir.
Whether it's as simple as just plain real gold, or the bigger pieces like big extra plug wears or
Yeah,
stuff
I can
like
I can
that.
make that happen.
Yeah, so
Yes, sir. Whenever
I
you're
always
ready.
love jewelry for sure.
Okay, some very quick, fun round questions. Yeah, like a quick fire. So, are you a morning or a night person?
Night for sure.
Okay. Are you a tea or a coffee person?
I would say really neither. But if I had to choose, I probably would go like cold coffee.
Uh-huh. I'm a
Yeah.
coffee person. Well, I take my coffee very seriously. Okay, what's your dream vacation spot?
Right now Bali.
Oh,
I
okay.
would love to
Yeah.
go to Bali. Because I love, even though I'm a fire sign, I love water. Like I
Oh,
love to swim. I
okay.
love just I probably take way too many showers, way too long. I love water, so I would love to go there. Have the fruit in
Uh-huh.
places like that are just way better than
Perfect.
here,
Yeah.
and just to have that dream photo shoot of mine,
Oh
which is
yeah, yeah.
like
That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah.
water.
That'd be great.
Then it has the rocks and with the waterfall and a
Wow. Yeah.
model, and maybe
Yeah.
like if I could, like an elephant with the model and the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that would be
Don't
my
forget
dream
me. Don't
vacation.
forget to take me along. Man.
Hey, come on, man. We can go. We can go. We can go for sure. And that
Yeah.
trip is
Is
in the
is
works. It's in the
okay.
works. I
Oh
just
wow.
have to
Okay.
get my passport right now.
Okay.
But it's
All the
in the
best. All the
works.
best. Yeah. So, what's your favorite movie?
Uh, it's so many from classics to the old to the newer movies. But I would say a classic movie that I really love that I can watch just over and over. It would be Forrest Gump.
Oh
That's one of my
yeah.
favorite
Yeah. Yeah.
old
That,
movies.
yeah.
A newer movie that I
Tom
really
Hanks.
love is like the Avatar series. I love the Avatar.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I say anything comedy. I love anything comedy for sure.
Okay. Cool. Cool. And what's your one guilty pleasure to enjoy?
What we talking like just activity
Anything
or
at all. Maybe an activity.
um
Yeah.
probably seafood. I
Oh,
love
okay.
seafood.
Yeah. Same
Like
here. Same
if
here.
I have a bad day, it's like, man, I deserve some seafood. Let me go spend this $60 on some
Yeah,
seafood
so
or just whatever. So
next time is going to be on me. So we go have some seafood, okay?
yeah, I love seafood for sure. Different types of food for sure.
Perfect, perfect. Thanks, man. Thank you. It's been great talking to you.
Yes, sir.
It's been great knowing you as a person. It's been great knowing you as a professional. It's been great knowing you as a friend.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
and we should do this more.
Oh yeah, I'm for sure going. We for sure going to do some more stuff. I hope
Yes,
so.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to Nikki Jewelers, and thank you for doing this, Snoop. It's been great having you.
Yes,
It's been
sir.
great
Thank
talking
you
to
for
you.
having me for sure.
Thank you.